Time is a fundamental concept that humans have developed to measure and organize their lives. It allows us to understand and plan for future events, remember past experiences, and make sense of the present. But do dogs have a concept of time? Do they experience time in the same way that humans do? This video will explore the question of whether dogs have a concept of time, drawing on scientific research and anecdotal evidence. To begin, it is important to understand what is meant by the concept of time. Time can be understood as a subjective experience of the passing of moments, marked by the regular ticking of a clock. However, time is also a more objective concept, measured by the cyclical patterns of the natural world, such as the rotation of the Earth or the changing of the seasons. Humans use both subjective and objective measures of time to understand their place in the world and their relationships with others. There is evidence to suggest that dogs do have some sense of time, both subjectively and objectively. One study conducted by the University of Lincoln in the UK found that dogs are able to perceive the passing of time based on changes in their owner's routine. The study involved observing dogs' behavior when their owners left and returned home at different times of the day. The researchers found that the dogs were able to anticipate their owner's return when they had established a regular routine, indicating that they were able to understand the passage of time based on changes in their environment. Another study conducted by the University of Tokyo in Japan found that dogs are able to understand the concept of relative time. The study involved training dogs to associate a specific duration of time with a reward. The researchers found that the dogs were able to understand the duration of time required to earn the reward, even when the duration was changed, indicating that they were able to understand the relative concept of time. However, it is important to note that dogs do not experience time in the same way that humans do. Dogs do not have the same level of cognitive complexity as humans and do not have the same ability to think abstractly or plan for the future. Dogs are more focused on the present moment and are driven by their immediate needs and desires. Anecdotal evidence also supports the idea that dogs have some sense of time. Many dog owners report that their dogs seem to have a sense of when it is time for meals, walks, or playtime. Dogs may also display signs of anxiety or excitement when they know that their owner is about to return home or when they are anticipating a specific event, such as going for a car ride. However, it is important to note that dogs may be responding to other cues besides the passage of time. Dogs are highly attuned to their environment and may be picking up on subtle changes in their surroundings that signal a change in routine or an upcoming event. For example, a dog may recognize the sound of their owner's car pulling into the driveway or the sight of their owner putting on their shoes as a signal that it is time for a walk. Another factor to consider is that dogs may have a different perception of time based on their breed, age, and individual temperament. For example, a young and energetic dog may have a different sense of time than an older and more sedate dog. Similarly, a working breed may have a different sense of time than a breed that is more focused on companionship. In conclusion, the question of whether dogs have a concept of time is a complex one that does not have a straightforward answer. While there is evidence to suggest that dogs are able to perceive the passing of time based on changes in their environment and understand the concept of relative time, they do not experience time in the same way that humans do. Dogs are more focused on the present moment and driven by their immediate needs and desires. Anecdotal evidence also supports the idea that dogs have some sense of time, but it is important to consider other cues that may be influencing their behavior. Furthermore, dogs may have different perceptions of time based on their breed, age, and temperament. Understanding how dogs perceive time can have practical implications for dog owners and trainers. For example, if dogs are able to understand changes in routine, it may be helpful to establish a consistent schedule for meals and walks. Similarly, if dogs are able to understand the concept of relative time, it may be useful to train them using consistent durations for specific behaviors or commands. On the other hand, if dogs are more focused on the present moment, it may be necessary to adjust training methods to be more immediate and rewarding. In addition, understanding how dogs perceive time can have broader implications for our understanding of animal cognition and consciousness. While dogs may not have the same level of cognitive complexity as humans, they are capable of experiencing the world in their own way and responding to their environment in meaningful ways. By studying how dogs perceive time, we can gain a better understanding of how animals experience the world and how we can best care for and interact with them. In conclusion, while the question of whether dogs have a concept of time is a complex one, there is evidence to suggest that dogs are able to perceive changes in their environment and understand the concept of relative time. However, dogs do not experience time in the same way that humans do, and their perception of time may be influenced by other cues such as changes in routine or their individual temperament. Understanding how dogs perceive time can have practical implications for dog owners and trainers, as well as broader implications for our understanding of animal cognition and consciousness. By continuing to study how dogs experience the world around them, we can deepen our understanding of these beloved companions and the role they play in our lives. If you liked this video, please click the subscribe button below.